What's up, Overcome Army? It is Monday. It is that first day. It's time to reset, guys. And it is a crazy world. I think more and more people have to reset. I think if you are an Overcome Army member, you are trying to drive forward with your life. You're trying to move that needle. You're trying to be productive. And more often, it's just so easy to get off track. We are just inundated with, unfortunately, a lot of sensational news and frequently a lot of negative news. And that's tough. It's so easy to get distracted. It's so easy to allow these things to pull us off course, and why it's so critical to get that compass out and stay on course. And that is what we are about. We are about, boom, being on course, because that's what this life is about. It's about knowing that this is where I want to go. These are the goals that I need to set to achieve that, to get to where I'm going. And then, of course, frequently, regularly pulling that compass out and making sure we're on course. And that's one of the things that Monday Muster is about. It's about to remind you to get back on course, to get centered, to get balanced, to make sure we're taking care of ourselves in all those key areas that allow us to keep driving forward and to get to our destination. That is what it's about. So we have been talking about, the Pentagon and peak performance. And, several weeks ago, we talked about balance is not balance. And then we talked about the foundational level of the Pentagon is physical leadership. If you're new to Monday Muster and you've never come here before, I do this live with my Overcome Army group, and they get to ask me questions at the end, actually prior and after this segment right here, which we record live, and then I chop this out. But if you're new to it, we have been going over the Pentagon of peak performance. And the Pentagon of peak performance is 5 key areas that I believe are critical to having balance in your life as a leader. And make no mistake, I encourage everyone that you are a leader. If and you know We need more leaders in this world. And what is a leader? Well, a leader is someone that motivates and inspires others to achieve success. And sometimes it's just us. My big thing is self leadership. It's motivating and inspiring yourself to achieve success. And I think that's one of the most critical things we can do, is be an effective self leader. And that's what the Pentagon of peak performance is about. So last week, we talked about the foundational level, physical leadership, that this machine that we walk around in is amazing. It is amazing what it can do. It is amazing what it can handle. Having been on the battlefield and having learned aspects of trauma medicine, I'm always fascinated at how resilient the human body is, but also how fragile it is. And one of the things that science has proven, guys, is that when you take care of your body, we endure so much more. Doctors told me on the battlefield or after my injuries that one of the things that helped me survive was my supreme fitness level at that time. I was probably in the best shape of my life. So physical leadership is about that. It is about taking care of ourselves, because it yields so many rewards. It reduces our stress levels. We have more energy. We feel better. We look better. Your immune system is so much stronger right now with COVID-19 just ravaging the place. Science has shown that so many of the individuals that are having the worst, and the cases of COVID-19 typically are overweight, and they have underlying conditions. So, and I know some of you are going to say, oh, well, I know so and so, he was super healthy and he got it. Yes, you are correct. There are outliers. But I read the statistics the other day that I think it's either 74 or 76% of individuals who, when they contract COVID and they get really sick, overweight, and have underlying conditions. So what does that say? Well, it says let's take care of ourselves. Once again, less stress, look better, feel better, more energy, all these things. That's what physical leadership is about. So I talked about those 3 components last week: fitness, sleep, and nutrition. But I said there was one more. And that's what I want to talk about this week. And the last component is physical defense. Guys, it is kind of a crazy world, and it is, unfortunately, I feel like, a more and more dangerous world. I don't know about other aspects of the world. Well, that's not true. I mean, I know watching the news, there's some civil unrest down in Australia. I think everywhere it's a little bit crazy. I mean, we're definitely feeling it here in America. And what I talk to people about is, you know, you have to be your own leader. I am a fan of taking care of ourselves. I think that it's critical to be able to do that. And physical defense is a mindset of readiness. And there's all kinds of different levels to physical defense and how far you want to go into it. I am a huge fan of Second Amendment rights. I feel like everyone should own a weapon and know how to use it and not be afraid of it. So the reason being is you never know when someday you may have to defend yourself or defend your family. If somebody decided to break into your house, if somebody decided to come after you or anything like that, a gun is a tool to be able to defend yourself. And if you know how to use it and you're aware enough to do all that, so I highly encourage you to look into that, and I highly encourage you to take training on it. Um, a self-defense class is such a critical thing. If you've never taken one, there's plenty out there that you could go take, where you could take an 8 week or a 10 week self-defense class. If nothing else, guys, it builds a mindset of readiness. Today, what I want to talk to you about is levels of situational awareness. And within physical defense, I think it's one of the most critical things you can do. And I want to tell you a story how I failed at that the other day. Um, because sometimes we get a little complacent. And I did. It was the end of the day a couple of weeks ago, and I came home and I had I had gone inside, and then I came back out, and I think I was going to the mailbox, and I went to the mailbox and I grabbed the mail, and I was walking back to the house, and I heard someone say, "Hey, Mr. Redman." And I turned around to look, and there was a guy who had pulled up at across from our driveway and was getting out of his car. And I said, "Yeah." And I kicked myself right in that moment, man, because it was poor situational awareness. Um, so nothing happened. It turns out that this guy had met Erica, the long-haired admiral. He had been going door to door and selling some energy systems, which we ended up purchasing. But so these energy systems are, a way to reduce your energy bill, and I did a lot of research, and they worked. I didn't know any of that at the time, though. All I knew is somebody called my name, and I turned around and walked towards him. And instead of immediately thinking, "Hey, could this be a threat?" I didn't. I thought about it after the fact. And, there's been plenty of cases where individuals have used that exact same tactic to engage or kill someone. And I know many of you are like, "Oh, well, Jay, that's, man, that's such an extreme thought. Like, really? You have to worry about someone killing you?" Well, yeah, because it happens. And, for individuals who always say to me, "Oh, that would never happen," until it happens. And you don't want to be in a situation like that where you're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe, this is happening to me right now." Having a mindset of readiness will change that. And I realized, man, I realized in that moment, I was like, "Damn, man, you let that one slip, bro. You let that one slip." You know, on the Bin Laden raid, as they were going up the stairs, one of the sons popped his head out, and our guy thought he recognized him, and he called out his name, and he stuck his head out again, and of course they took him out. So it's a it's a proven tactic. The bottom line, these are extreme situations, but let's talk about situational awareness and a mindset of readiness. Because the other day, for me, that was a failure to react. I told myself, "Man, you let yourself get slack. You should have been thinking." Because I had just gotten home, I actually had removed my weapon, and I had put it away, and I had walked out to get the mail. So I wasn't prepared. I did not have a mindset of readiness. And then that further got worse when this individual called out my name, and I didn't immediately think, "Oh, this could be an issue." So the bottom line is this, guys: have a mindset of readiness. I teach within physical defense, and I mean, this is a common thing. You'll see it all over the place. 4 levels of readiness, 4 levels of situational awareness. Most people in this world live in the white. White meaning that we're just not aware. I mean, we live in this day and age where everybody's on their phone, everybody's totally engaged, and they're not paying attention to the world around them. And I talk about being a good point man for your own life. Well, a good point man is aware of everything happening around them. Well, when you're in the white zone, you don't see that. You're just oblivious. And I'll tell you what, I had allowed myself to slip into the white zone that other day, a failure to react. Where we really want to be is the yellow zone. So the yellow zone means we're on alert. So we're aware of what's going on around us. We notice things like I should have noticed and heard this car pull up. I should have noticed and looked at this guy and said, is this a threat? Or at least been in a situation where I could make quick decisions to decide if he was. And that's how you should live your life also. You know, you should notice if there is someone standing by your car when you go out to it. You should notice if someone out of the norm is, checking out your house. These are living in the yellow zone. The orange zone is, hey, I think this could be a threat. And now we're starting to ramp up and we're thinking through emergency action procedures. And then the highest level, guys, is the red zone. And the red zone is there is a threat and I have to be ready to attack or defend myself or defend my family. You know, there's an immediate threat. Somebody's trying to carjack you. Someone is trying to um, rape you or, whatever it is. So these are the levels of situational awareness in physical defense, the other component of physical leadership that I talk about. So how do we prepare ourselves? Well, one, have a mindset of readiness. Understand the 4 levels of situational awareness. Don't live in the white zone, man. Keep yourself in the yellow zone. And then understand how to ramp up and be aware. I had to kick myself because I said, dude, like you teach these things. I mean, what are you doing? So I don't want you to be caught like that and in a negative situation. Having that mindset of readiness is the key, and that will make the difference, especially in this crazy world we're living in. So that is my message for today. Understand the situational awareness level. Being aware. White zone, we don't want to be there. Most people live there. Yellow zone, that's where we want to live. Orange zone, we're ramping up because we believe there's a threat. And then red zone, there's a threat, there's an attack. We got to defend ourselves. So that's what's up, guys, on this Monday muster. This life, it's about balance. We can go to the extreme, one direction or the other, but oftentimes I just recommend having balance in where we're at and all these different things. So that's Monday muster. Stay on course, guys. Have a mindset of readiness. Be prepared. It's a negative world. Negative things are going to happen. It just is what it is. But if we have a mindset of readiness, if we have situational awareness, if we ignore the negativity and focus on the positivity and driving forward, the glass is half full, not half empty, it will make all the difference. You will be successful. That is Monday Muster. Get out there, crush this week, and let's keep driving forward and finding balance within the Pentagon and Peak Performance. If you're interested in learning more about the Overcome Army, check out overcomearmy.com. If you're interested in learning more about maybe courses or books or anything like that, you can check out getoffx.com, where my courses and books in our store lives. And if you like these videos, and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you click that subscribe button. All right, guys, I'm out.